Hey everybody, this is Jaden Galame. Welcome to Built Different AI. I'm documenting my personal growth and the live development of AI tools. Tap subscribe to join the journey and learn how to engineer your own success.
All right, everybody. Welcome to Built Different AI episode 8. As you can see, not only am I wearing the shades, we got Jaden representing with the shades, the two cool brothers representing for Built Different AI. But yeah, it's Bernard Jackson with the co host.
Jaden Galame.
And again, welcome to Built Different AI. We're on episode 8. We want to give a shout out again to all the people that are supporting us, and we have a new subscriber that subscribed, so we appreciate that. Thank you for the comments, and thank you for sharing our content. We definitely appreciate all the people who are supporting the Built Different AI. Still lacking on the comments, though. We want more comments. We want to be. You guys are sharing the content, but we want to interact with our tribe. So we're just very grateful for that. So that being said, it's been kind of an interesting week for me with AI. I've been kind of extremely busy, so my AI usage has been down a little bit, but I still have been on the AI. Trust me, I've been making some changes with that. But at the time, I'm gonna let Jaden kind of tell you what his experience been with AI this week because he kind of shared with me some things about some use cases of different AIs. So I'm definitely interested to hear what he has to say.
So, this past week I kind of been exploring more of the Google's ecosystem, cloud ecosystem, seeing what more of Google's AI products and what they can do. And it's some features or a lot of features because again, Google is a massive company and it's not just an AI company, so I have different types of tools and products. So I kind of been exploring on Google's Workspace, which is something similar to Zapier. If you guys heard of what that AI tool is, and Zapier is like an AI tool that sets out. I think I might have brought it up the last
Last week,
episode.
yes, we talked
Yeah,
about last week.
yeah. So um, if you've seen it, then you know what I'm talking about. But it's like an AI system that sends out different types of AI agents and pretty much workers. And a lot of the stuff that you use to combine ChatGPT and Claude, you to start your business or whatever you're trying to do. A lot Google has equivalent to all of those types of tools inside built in. So I've just been learning more and more about Google's ecosystem. I've been kind of learning more about the history of Claude and Anthropic. And recently, I just find out that Google is also is kind of responsible, not kind of responsible. It's like the biggest um, reason why Anthropic and Claude has kind of got where it's at right now, because when they were building Anthropic or Claude, they were focused on Google's cloud infrastructure systems, the AI models from Gemini to kind of build Claude. So, and I kind of was looking at them, kind of testing out both of them a little bit. And what Gemini and Claude have a little in similar is that they kind of talk a little bit more human. And we already know that Claude has a good reading and writing.
Mhm.
So if you were to put it into a project, it's really hard for a person to kind of tell if this is AI or it's ChatGPT. You can tell like right off the bat that it's made by AI. So Claude and Gemini are kind of were kind of built with similar functions and infrastructure from Google, and I just been learning off of that. So I'm curious what you kind of were thinking on that, Bernard.
Well, when he brought it up to me, it made me realize that I probably should do some more research about the background startups of how Anthropic actually started. So again, he's always bringing things to me to make me kind of go and research. So that's definitely interesting because I think all companies kind of like grasp other information to kind of make their stuff better. But yeah, it just makes me realize like I definitely have to go and utilize, look up some information in terms of seeing like how all these things started. I know Anthropic is in the company is in San Francisco. I know that for a fact. And Google, for the life of me, I lived in the Bay Area. Looking at the background of Google that was in um, just was in the Silicon Valley. I've drove past that place so many times living in San Francisco. I had no idea what that was. And that's one of the, now it's just it's a crazy dream of mine. I know it's like it's probably just you could just drive up there, but you never know who's watching, right? I think I called the shot on the second episode, but I'm gonna continue to say that like my one of my goals is to have me and Jaden actually do like a real tour of the Google's headquarters to really see what's going on, and it's all about connections. And I would love to
Right.
do a tour of Anthropic or any type of AI so we can kind of learn about these things. They have like an AI conference happening in San Francisco at the end of September, and I've been considering about going, because it's a podcast that I look at called EYL, and they had a thing called Invest Fest in Atlanta this past weekend, and I was just watching an episode where the gentleman said something that's very profound to me, and I was kind of just reflecting on that. He was saying like you can watch YouTube videos of other people to try to gather information from them, but it's definitely more of an impact on you if you're actually there in person. And I try to do a lot of things on YouTube, like learn a lot of things from YouTube channels and videos and things of that nature, but it just clicked with me. It's like we're doing an AI podcast and they're having a big major event in San Francisco where it's going to just be all about AI. And you're going to have people there from Nvidia and
Cool.
all these companies that are providing AI, and you have people all over the world that's going to be going to San Francisco. And I don't understand all of the tech speak and all that stuff like that, but I am a person that is very pro AI, and it's just a battle for understanding to get to the people, because I still see articles on my Facebook page about people that are not really pro AI, and
Yeah, I've been coming across them too a lot.
yeah, it's thinking that the computers are going to take over. And it's just like, okay, like I understand that dynamic, right? Like I don't want to continue to repeat this. We on episode 8, but like I know the Terminator movies. I know that you said it becomes self-aware in AI. But like humans can do that, right? Humans can be corrupt. Humans in the position can do things that can significantly have harm to your life. But humans also can have a positive effect on your life. So those are the things that me and Jaden are trying to promote. What Built Different AI? It's just that it's going to always be a lot of fear mongering. Like we don't understand everything that goes on. Like we're not in those headquarters, but we're going to utilize the technology. And like I said, you're seeing the graphics, you're seeing, that we are utilizing AI for like videos on our page, for commercials, for ads. We're doing that. And that's all AI generated. And we're just probably just scratching the surface of what we can possibly be doing. Like I can't wait. I mean, I can wait because it's a patient walk, but I can't wait to see how Jaden's business that he's been working on. And I'm not trying to put his business out there, but I can't wait till it comes to fruition, because I'll be able to see, the beginning stages and how he worked that out and how he utilized AI to change his lives. And that's some things that we're trying to promote to our audience. You have anything to add to that, Jaden?
Um, about the video and image and stuff, they're just getting better and better. If you know about Higgs field, that's a good example. If you've seen what Higgs field has done, uh, they create these videos, images on a crazy realistic level, even create movies off of that. Even though me personally, I like to mix. I like to do more actual animated movies, but I like to also have AI kind of assist on that, creating actual real movies. But if you don't have budget like that, then stuff like Higgsfield and Google Omni and those video generations are the best thing to use for right now, especially if you're on a tight budget.
And it is also something I want to kind of bring up. I forgot to print it out, but like it's just now Anthropic. Well, before I say that, I'm gonna ask Jaden this question because he kind of like let me know about the thing called a watermark. Um, can you explain to them as far as what you know as far as what a watermark is for AI videos?
So a watermark is when a company places their little signal, their little icon of their company, who made this, that where this, how this software was made or image generated from, and they're always either placed on a corner of the screen or on the full screen itself. So if you've seen some of the thumbnails, there's a little Gemini icon on the corner that you can see just a little bit. That's a little watermark. That shows that this was made from Gemini. So this was generated from one of Google's products. So if you were to get a paid version of it, then you will not see the watermark right there, and it'll show that you made this video. So those are watermarks if you see stuff like that.
Yeah, so it kind of again like just piggybacking off what he was saying, just let you know that like it's not a real image, right? You know. So I just Anthropic announced that they were going to start using watermarks now for people that are generating like text, because you know people are utilizing AI to generate text. It's not them actually writing it. We kind of explain how Google the code can actually provide text for you. So now Anthropic, as of August 2nd, but I think it was something that was updated, that they're going to actually have watermarks on particular text, so they can let you know that AI actually was the one that kind of generated that as well.
Right.
So they're trying to put safety precautions in there, or like we talked about, like guardrails, to kind of let people know that like it wasn't humans using it, but it was AI. But I think that's actually a good thing. I think it's a good thing because it's like, okay, well, now if you know that a person is kind of utilizing AI, you don't think, oh, it's just a human, but like it is the human putting his input in. Like I don't sit up there and have to type all these things. If I have a concept or an idea what I want, and I have AI kind of generate it and send it to you, like it just expedites the process. It speeds it up. But you let you know that this AI just actually kind of utilizing it. But I know people may have a difference of opinion on that, but I think they're doing a lot of things within their power to kind of let people know, like, we don't want you to be tricked by AI. So
Right.
we're kind of putting things in place that you can see that this is actually AI generated. And then also with my app that I use with Suno, like they're doing a lot of things too, watermarking, to make sure that a lot of infringement on rights of like musicians are not being, taken advantage of. So they're watermarking even like instrumentals that you download, to see that you're trying to like if you're not trying to do things that's illegal. So I think again they're trying to put those guardrails on into the AI, so it can have some type of safety mechanism to it, to get people to actually trust it as much as they can possibly trust it. But yeah, like I said, that was some things that I saw with AI. I also, I just think that to kind of highlight the emphasis of data centers. Look, they're going to be here. I don't know what else. I don't know what to say. They're going to be here. I was listening to a podcaster, which I should have brought the information, and I'm probably going to bring that for episode 9. But you can, if you've got the information, or maybe Jerry heard about it, but there's a website that actually tells you how many data centers are actually built in particular states, and there are a lot of them. Like there are a lot of them being built. And Jackson Huang, I think I'm saying his name wrong, but he's the CEO of Nvidia, and he was just saying like the technology that's going to be coming out is going to actually be making these data centers a lot safer, because that's what they're building it for. And so Is, of course, we talked about this in a previous episode, that any problem has a solution. So a lot of the fears that people are having about data centers, especially like again using the word like that, is a major thing. Like you using fresh water and stuff like that. So if that becomes an issue, the people that are in charge that are hopefully doing the right thing are coming up with means to make sure that they're not utilizing fresh water.
Go for different alternatives.
Yeah, to use the alternatives, and they're going to be out there, because again, this AI stuff is not going back,
It's not.
and the people that are out there like pushing that fear, like that's the people that I'm going to be against.
Yeah.
Like let people have an opinion of what AI can be for them, for themselves, but you're pushing fear upon them, telling them what it can do. Like I said, before AI, people were still getting scammed. I'm not trying to justify AI as a scam, but previous to AI, there are people still getting scams. I know you guys have cell phones. Y'all get those scam phone calls on your phone. That how do they get your phone number? If you never used AI, how do they get your phone number? How do they know your name? How do they know all this stuff, right? So if we're like again, we're just using to promote AI in terms of letting you guys know that if you guys got some things that you want to accomplish in your life, what's wrong with having an assistant that has access to the information that you may need? Because again, if you are able to put this into work and properly utilize it correctly, your life cannot be the same that it is as today. And again, for us to be on episode 8, when this wasn't even a thought 4 or 5 months ago, and all about what AI is doing. And like I said, we're still scratching the surface on this thing. I can imagine what Jaden is doing on his own as far as with his business and how that's going to work. In terms of me, on a side note, when I knew about like the projects, I separate from the chats. I think I told you guys about my own workout that I have structured on AI, and I followed that. Like I literally followed that, and it put me on a program for like weightlifting, and it got all of my metrics, and it gave me a day A for volume and a day A for strength. It told me what I should be lifting and how many reps I should be doing. Again, people all say I can look at the internet, but I utilize AI for that, right? So Monday, for the first time, like I had never I was lifting like 205. I had been doing that for almost 2 years. And I could never get past 7 reps of 205. I could never get past 7 reps. I've never got past it. Monday, I got on the bench and I was a little bit tired. I was like, man, let me see what I have. And I was able to do 205, 2 sets of 10. Now, to me, that was a major a major hurdle that I got over. But it was AI structured that workout to get me to that point. I didn't have to go to the gym. I didn't have to pay thousands of dollars for a personal trainer. I paid $20 a month for AI, and like I said, it took my metrics. It told me. I explained how I was doing my workout, and it broke down everything that was incorrect about how I was doing my workout. And when I first started, it was very uncomfortable because it felt weird, but I stuck with it. And again, like I said, this past Monday, I don't know if I wasn't going to record myself lifting the weights. I don't know how much content there would be for Built Different AI, but I may just do it one time. But I lifted that 205 10 times with ease. And 2 years previous to that, I struggled every day. I'll get to 7. Like I was lifting, like I'll lift it 40 times, but I would break it down, not doing the sets. And I felt like I was doing something. It completely just revamped my whole workout. And now it's having me doing things. I'm feeling a lot stronger. I'm feeling a lot healthier. And it's just what AI is doing. Is there any personal thing?
If this episode sparks some new ideas for you, smash that subscribe button so you don't miss the next one. Drop a comment below with your thoughts on how artificial intelligence is changing your world. Let's keep this conversation going. Built Different AI.
That you have been utilizing AI for, just like not just for business, but is there any personal thing you've been utilizing AI for yourself, Jaden?
Probably just let's see. I probably would just I'd say kind of just educating myself in just stuff in general outside of business. Just uh, learning on certain things that I kind of was not doing too well in school and stuff that I kind of just learn on my own. Kind of reteach myself certain things, especially when it comes to stuff like science, because my favorite subject is science. So I've been kind of using it for stuff like that. Stuff on space and biology. I just kind of been just self-educating myself on stuff like that, kind of teaching myself in a way. So yeah, that's just pretty much what I've been just doing on my own time with AI.
Yeah. So at one point in one of our episodes, you're going to see us in a different location. Or the one thing I'm kind of looking forward to is kind of interviewing people, random strangers or people that we may know to kind of get their insight of what they feel about AI and if they're utilizing it, what's their fear, what their trepidation is about AI. But that's definitely something that I'm going to look forward to doing and just showing you guys people's different perspective of what's going on. Me and Jaden, we have a tedious journey that we put before us, right? Like this is our first time being quote unquote podcaster or content creators. I mean, I don't know if he's done anything before, but we've never done anything like this before, right? So, the start off on this journey, like it was very exciting. Like, I'm still excited about the journey, right? But like you're doing episodes every week, you really got to come up with some content. Like you really have to be like having your mind set on bringing what you can to a podcast. So I give kudos to the people who press record every day and on YouTube or on I don't know what's Kaisenat, what
Yeah,
is it?
Kaisen, that
Yeah,
yeah, he's a
yeah,
Twitch streamer.
Twitch streamer. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
stream every day.
yeah. Go ahead, man. You can talk about, but yeah, this stuff is not easy, but
Yeah,
it definitely it's a challenge. It's definitely a challenge. Like if you have a busy week, like I'm just gonna be honest. Like for me, I haven't been on AI that much this week because I got busy. I really did. I really had a busy week, but I was on AI. Like I did utilize my AI, and then specifically for my Robinhood Agentic account. And then I use AI to generate the new video for guardrails. So I mean I am on that, but it's a lot other things that I want to experience with my Gemini. It's a lot of things that I want to kind of not Gemini, Anthropic. He didn't even correct me on that.
oh, that's right. Are you talking about the same AI?
Yeah, it's the AI, but I mean now like I'm utilizing 3 AIs now. You know what I'm saying? So like sometimes they may
And
be
he
in
was
a
working on only one.
yeah, I was just working one. Like one of my favorite things, it's kind of crazy, but like I love to sit back and give my AIs topics and listen to them talk. Like it's just, I don't know why that started to happen, but I love to listen to them talk, to see what they feel about a particular topic because they do go back and forth. My Claude is a little bit more advanced because I spent more time with Claude. With the Gemini is very agreeable and it's just too nice. So I'm trying to work on that. And ChatGPT is kind of too nice as well. But the way
Not
that,
mine.
but
I
see,
I was gonna say the way how I instruct. So the way how I instructed ChatGPT, my version of it is that it is brutally honest with me. It is not even. It's not nice to me at all. Not like it used to be on how I instructed it. Because I got tired of it. How you mentioned it's too nice. I got tired of that. So I instructed it in ways where now it's not nice anymore. Now it's like a full-on assistant. So I was watching my every move, seeing what is realistic and what is not realistic, give me full-on criticism
yeah.
so I can improve and achieve my steps and goals and objectives.
Yeah, so I think that's how I'm gonna have to train the Gemini because that's how Anthropic is. It pushes back on me. I need that. Because like I said, that I think a lot of times when people start first utilizing the AI, it's like you're the greatest thing since sliced bread. Like anything you put in there, it's like, oh, that's excellent. That's excellent. Yeah, that's amazing. I'm like, nah, like that's not amazing. Like I just typed it out. No, I'm not learning that way. Like push back, make me think, make me have to come up with a different prompt. Make me question what you are giving me. And with Anthropic spending more time with it, that's exactly what it's doing. It's becoming like an advisor, basically. Like it's prone to make a mistake. Like I was watching a video, kind of get frustrated, with AI sometimes, but that's why we say it's very important that humans understand, like they still need to be in control with the AI. But I was watching a particular video where the flock camera um, did like a scan of a license plate, and the cops pulled the person over, and they arrested. Well, they put the person in handcuffs, and it was like a 6-month-year-old baby in the car. And come to find out, like the AI got it wrong. It was the wrong vehicle they said was stolen. The AI got it wrong. And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's very important. Like, again, as humans, right? Like, if the AI is telling you that it's bound to make mistakes, you have to double check,
Exactly.
because those are results that can occur. Now, I'm not speaking out against all cops. I'm just saying the situation about how AI can be not correct, and you don't double check that. I
You
mean,
can't be too reliant on it.
yes, you can't be too reliant on it. Is it going to make mistakes? So anything that's kind of telling you like it's bound to make mistakes, you should probably want to double check that. So again, like with the prompts or with my AI, I have it second guessing itself all the time, like because that's what I want. I don't want the first respond. Like it give me a still man. It even if it's when it gives me a solution to something, it still tells me what he's missing, what I should be probably thinking, like, well, what I'm missing with suggestions, stuff like that. So it I have it prompt, so I'm not taking everything at the face value. I'm learning that. And again, it's like sometimes it's like it's purposely done sometimes, but like you should be on your toes about AI. You should be on that, because the information that you provide to somebody, you want it to be accurate as possible. So make sure that you are checking those particular things as far as AI.
Right.
So that being said, you guys know that I'm utilizing AI to do my investing, and it's I'm not gonna hold you. Like now, it's getting pretty exciting now. Um, for a person like me, that I'm not saying I'm some type of master investor or thing like that, but to actually have AI kind of investing for me and kind of seeing how it's growing is pretty interesting. So, not to bore y'all too much, but every week I've told you like I'm utilizing AI to invest. So I'm going to give you the progress of it weekly, to let guys know what's going on. So I did make a change. So at the time before when I trained my AI, I had a formula where I would look for a particular RSI and the Bollinger Bands. It had to be at a certain metric, a certain number, and if it didn't reach that certain number, it would just put the $25 into each ETF that I have, which is QYLD, VYM, and O. And over the weekend, when I looked at that, I was talking to the AI, and I was like, like at the end of the day, I can do this on my own. Like I can just dollar cost average into those ETFs. I don't really need AI. Like that's not the point when I'm trying to utilize AI for. So I was like running some test scenarios and going back and forth. I was gonna say, so what would you suggest for this particular thing? Because I like I said, I can do the dollar cost averaging. That's not the point of what I want for AI. I want AI to find signals that I may not see in order to make this thing grow. So the formula changed. So now, as of August 10th, which when I made the change, we're going to look for the 20-day average price, and we're going to score each one at a particular score that it got to be zero point 0.1, right? Again, I'm going to explain this more as we go on. But what happens is that once it reads all of the ETF to see what the metrics are, to see how the flow chart is moving, it's going to place a minimum of $10 in one. And if there's a metric where it's showing that it's a good buy, it's going to place all the money in that one particular stock. So every stock is going to get filled, but it's not going to be a $25 even split. It's going to be a $10 minimum from one if the metrics are not being met. So if it's like, okay, well, this is probably not a good time to buy the stock, but we're going to put $10 in there so it can grow. But these signals that you have suggested are showing that this is a great thing to buy. We're going to go ahead and put a majority of that money in there. So that's why I kind of read some tests on that. and I agreed to that because I want AI to actually do the work. I invest on my own. Dollar cost averaging is something that's easy to do if you're consistent with it. So I just didn't want 25, 25. That's not good content for AI. Like that's not good content for me. I want some action basically. So right now, as you can, if you follow back on the particular AIs, when I started talking about the agentic account, it was up like $1, up $2. Now, as of right now, it's up $10.71. And again, the money is making money. There's only been a couple of weeks now. So now we're going to see what's going to occur now with this change that I had with the metrics. But again, I wanted to make it exciting for the show. I mean, I don't want to lose money at all, but I want to make it exciting for the show. Robinhood Agentic, a lot of these brokerage apps are utilizing that. So again, I want to not just talk about something that I'm not doing. I want to let you guys know that we're Built Different AI. Like we are actually implementing AI in our lives. So that's my spill with that. I'm gonna continue, guys, to give you the update with that. Have anything else to add with that, Jaden?
Uh, no, that's about it.
How y'all like our glasses? How I like Jaden's looks? You know what I'm saying? We
Try to be
built.
like him.
Nah, we just styling and profiling. So that being said, this may be a short episode this week, but we're gonna wrap that up. I'm just gonna say, again, thank you for your support. Again, I have to promote what I'm doing, right? So with AI, which we're utilizing AI, check out the YouTube channel hyphen B. A lot of my songs are being sent to YouTube. Check them out. Check them out on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Let me know what you think about the songs. Again, AI is not writing the songs. I'm writing the songs, but we're using AI generating the voice that's generating it and helping me structure the songs. So again, that's another element of what we're utilizing AI for. So go ahead and go and support that for me. You can find it on YouTube, so you don't have to pay for it. Now, if you want to go to Spotify and help your boy out, I appreciate that as well. But the music is full length songs are on YouTube under hyphen B HYPHEN and B. I gave you guys a quick spiel about how I got that nickname on 2 episodes ago, but I definitely would like you for to support that. Is there anything else that you're doing that you want them to check out, or are you gonna wait for a little bit?
I'm gonna wait for a little bit before I make anything public just yet.
All right. So with that being said, we thank you guys for joining us at Built Different AI episode 8. We signing off. Peace, and then y'all have a good day.